Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. A popular chart analyst says that this year, XRP is going to be outperforming Ethereum in all likelihood and provides a bit of a timeline in terms of when it's reasonable to expect this to occur. And I'll tell you this personally, and I will not be surprised if once XRP finally goes, I will not be surprised if XRP eclipses Ethereum's market cap. I will not be surprised if Ethereum and XRP begin jockeying for that number 2 position just like they did last market cycle. So don't know for sure if that's going to happen. There are a lot of factors to consider. But I do believe that XRP's price is artificially suppressed right now thanks to the SEC versus Ripple legal action. But that's not going to last forever. And I do think once this thing goes, it's going to go. And frankly, none of this will matter. Also, I want to share with you some specifics from this article from the Daily Hodl having to do with on-chain metrics. I'm always fascinated by Bitcoin and XRP on-chain metrics specifically. And even though I'm more interested in XRP because I hold more XRP than Bitcoin, relative to the United States dollar, Bitcoin leads the market. So I'm always curious to see what's going on with Bitcoin. And it's just so fascinating to see how humans are behaving. And looking at how they're behaving now versus how they behaved when the market was really crumbling 4 years ago as we were entering a bear market in early 2018. The behaviors don't look quite the same to this point. And it seems clear also that we're also in a lengthening market cycle, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. So anyway, plenty to talk about here, but before going further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, and just for fun, damn it. If you don't like it, well, you can just get out. Now, at the time I'm recording this, XRP is at 77 cents. Bitcoin is at 42,755. Market cap for the asset class, 2.06 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance at 39.26%. So really, if you look at what's happened over the last roughly 24 hours, prices have pretty well stabilized. In fact, you could argue better than that. Bitcoin was actually briefly above 43,000. Here you can see where I'm circling the 24-hour high, $43,111.47. XRP very close to its the 24-hour high, which was 78 cents. So just about a penny shy at this moment. And here's the crypto fear and greed index. Despite this, market participants very scared right now. They are in extreme fear at 22 out of 100. Oh, these poor little lemmings, lovable, cuddly little lemmings. Don't know what's going on in the world, the big, bad, scary world. Whatever's happening in the moment, it's just going to keep doing that forever. So if that's good and prices are going up, it's going to keep doing that forever. Let's just keep buying. We're going to buy the top because there is no top. It's going to do this forever. And then when things go down, it's the end of the world. Prices will never stop falling. Can you imagine living like this? Hell no. And then there's this piece from the Daily Hodl. This is the one having to do with on-chain Bitcoin metrics. This is fascinating. Check this out. And then I'm going to get into the stuff specifically about XRP right after this one. But it's titled, Bitcoin just flashed very rare buy signal according to crypto hedge fund CEO Su Zhu. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I'm probably not. But I'm giving it the old college try. Su Zhu, co-founder and CEO of crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, says Bitcoin just flashed a rare bullish signal. Zhu points out to his 447,000 Twitter followers that Bitcoin's Dormancy Flow metric has just reached a level only seen 5 other times in history. And here's the quote. Dormancy Flow buy signal on Bitcoin, very rare, only 6 times in history. Now, folks, considering that Bitcoin has been in existence for just a hair over 13 years, it's very clear that this is not a common occurrence. Piece continues. Dormancy Flow refers to the average number of days that each spent coin had remained dormant before it was moved. The metric can be used to time market lows and assess whether the bull market remains in relatively normal conditions. Another on-chain metric for Bitcoin that Zhu finds noteworthy is its illiquid supply. Illiquid supply refers to Bitcoin in wallets with little history of selling. When illiquid supply goes up, it suggests an absence of sell pressure on Bitcoin and raises chances of rallies. And so, folks, just be clear. These are things that we were not seeing when everything was collapsing in the beginning part of 2018. And, you know, to be honest, I mean, fair enough, crashing structures can take quite a while. So yes, Bitcoin crashed, and it took almost an entire I mean, like maybe days shy, but like almost an entire year to get to its bottom around, I think it was like $3,100 or so. So from about 20 grand to about $3,100. So yeah, it can take a while, but I'm just saying that this is not exactly what we were seeing. So here's a quote from Suzu. Illiquid supply has been rising sharply since July 2021, in line with the accumulation trend from January 2019 to April 2021. Again, it is what it is. It's just one piece of the pie that you can consider when you're looking at all the information that's available. Just one thing to consider. There's technical analysis, there's on-chain analysis, there's fundamentals. I don't put much weight at all on fundamental analysis at this stage in the game, just because the asset class is in its nascency. But in the future, yes, that's going to matter much more. And I do believe in the future, when the market's sufficiently mature, individual cryptocurrencies will live and die based on their own merits. But right now, people are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between coins. That's going to change, for sure. Anyway, according to Zoo, Bitcoin is in a long accumulation period with an overall bullish market structure. And here's another quote. Bitcoin is in a multi-year process of higher highs and higher lows, with 2021 being a relatively quieter year and a backdrop of sideways accumulation. Buying tops or selling bottoms can be quite dangerous in this regime, leading to significant underperformance of buy plus hold. Take it for what it's worth, folks. Again, it's just one thing to consider. I'm not convinced at this point that we are in a bear market. And honestly, none of the analysts that I follow say that all of crypto is in a bear market. None of them. Literally none. Now, to be clear, though, I follow the analysts that I follow for a reason. I see all sorts of people talking on Twitter about how all sorts of analysts have been flipping their bias to bearish, meaning that they think, yeah, we're in a bear market now. The analysts that I follow aren't saying that. So it looks like maybe they're just talking about the typical fly-by-nights, technical analyst that doesn't really necessarily know what the hell it is that they're talking about. I'm not encountering this perspective from the analysts that I'm following, just to be perfectly honest with you. And so we'll get there eventually. But I don't think we're going to get there before the fun really starts, which is to say the euphoric blow-off top where altcoins just go completely ballistic. And I'm still not even convinced necessarily. I mean, maybe Bitcoin's in a bear market. The blockchain backer has a strong case to be made. Maybe he's right, maybe he's not. I don't know. But I'm not yet sold one way or another on that either. I'm just going to sit back and wait. But the great thing about being someone like me whose strategy is to do literally nothing, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm sufficiently patient, and if I'm right on regarding my investment thesis just in general, I'm going to be just fine regardless. So I sleep easy no matter what happens in terms of price action. Now take a look at this from chart analyst Leb Crypto talking about XRP, and I don't mind seeing this one little baby boo bitch. And he says the following. There will come a time in 2022, likely second quarter, where XRP outperforms Ethereum. It is bound to happen unless a crypto-wide bear market begins, which is unlikely at the moment, in my opinion. Let me just pause there to note, I agree with that. I do not believe it's likely we're going to see a crypto-wide bear market without the euphoric blow-off top, but if we actually see that, then okay. It'll be the first time in the history of the asset class that happened, where we saw a bull market without the completion, meaning, altcoins taking off. Okay, if that happens, that happens. And then, okay, something functionally and fundamentally and important has actually shifted, but we haven't seen that yet. And I'm not anticipating that's going to occur. Humans are behaving about the same as they did last market cycle, which is to say completely ridiculously in terms of buying and selling and their rationale behind it, which really is no rationale. It's just emotions dictating what they're doing with their hard-earned money. But anyway, and then he also wrote this. When that happens, falling wedge breakout on chart, I'd swap all my Ethereum to XRP. Whew. So that's what he's watching for. And I don't mind. I understand a lot of people are going to do that when, rotate. That's why some people honestly are thrilled that historically XRP has moved last compared to other cryptos, because they're looking at okay, if that's going to happen again this market cycle, then when my alts really start to take off, the other alts that I own other than XRP, I can take the profit from that, and then throw it into XRP and have that much more of a multiplier effect. And I get the thinking on that, and that's fine. If people want to do that, I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. I'm not going to do that. I made a deal with myself years ago, and I decided that when I start selling various cryptocurrencies because I'm sufficiently enticed to do so because the price has gone up, that money for the duration of the market cycle, it's sidelined. That's it. I'm not going to play with it. And the reason being, even though I do believe perhaps it's even likely doing something like that would pan out, because if everything goes like last market cycle, then yes. Even though I would acknowledge that, it's about how much risk I personally am willing to take on. And I want to make sure I get something. I've been at this for several years. And so I've decided, and everybody wants something different, I get that. So I don't blame anybody that's not going to take this approach. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts on this. When any cryptocurrency that I own goes, I cash out that money, it's sitting on the sidelines. And I'll probably put it in traditional investments because I like to be sufficiently diversified. And then I'm thinking, as we enter the bear market after that, new money that I earn, I'll probably be putting into crypto. But if any of that money that I earn does end up back in the crypto space, it will not be during this market cycle. It will be because I think that the market's about bottomed out. And maybe I would do some of that. But no, I'm not going to play this game where I try and do the multiplier effect, because I am not willing to take on any additional risk, period. And I know others are, and that's fine. That's why, again, like, we all do what we want to do. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave well enough alone. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to make sure I'm walking away with something. That's basically it. And it may very well mean that I make less than I otherwise would, and that's fine, because it comes down to risk tolerances. But that's what I'm going for here. So, but anyway, yeah, look, I think that in a general sense, love cryptos, right? I'd be surprised if we don't see the completion of this cycle at some point this calendar. Wouldn't you be surprised? I mean, nobody knows for sure, but I'd damn well be surprised if we haven't seen a bear market or euphoric blow off top in 2022. Doesn't that seem really unlikely that neither of those things would happen? So, again, no way to know for sure. I think it's going to happen. That would be my bet, just in a general sense, which means that the fireworks for XRP will eventually come. So even if we have to wait into Q2 because this is a lengthening market cycle, which does seem to be the case at this point, obviously, fine. I will patiently wait. Ain't no big deal, damn it. And then there was also this. Somebody named XRP was asking Leb Crypto if altcoins will dip more or moon. And then Leb Crypto noted altcoins always follow Bitcoin. And then this individual asked, when Bitcoin dumped from its top in 2017, XRP mooned for 1 month almost. And then he wrote, XRP/BTC, referencing the XRP-BTC pair, will eventually break. No. Couple things here. It didn't moon for 1 month almost. XRP went from about 20 cents to almost $4 in about 2.5 weeks, far shy of 1 month. But still, it's like, here's the thing. This is what it is to be in crypto. Think about this. The people that bought XRP in 2013, they had to wait over 4 years to see that. And it happened over a span of like 17 days. Think about that. Like over 1,000 days of holding, and then you get 17 days where it rallies up. Think about that's freaking nuts, isn't it? But that's the reality of this. And so when this does happen, I think it's going to be a very short-lived thing. It's going to be very quick, and that's fine. I'm expecting humans, again, like I keep saying, to behave about the same. Leb Crypto then said the following. Yes, of course, that'll definitely happen. Alts outperforming Bitcoin a few times a year, not only when Bitcoin completes its end of cycle blow-off top. What's nice about Bitcoin blow-off tops is liquidity goes into the alts that haven't pumped yet. Typically, XRP is among the last to pump. Yep, historically it has. And that is what it is. And so if history is going to repeat in that sense, I'm fine. And one of the reasons, additionally, that I personally don't mind is because it'll help me determine at what levels I'm going to scale out of XRP. Because the more money it flows in the crypto, the higher I will suspect that XRP may go. I'll still be taking the strong majority, if not all of my money out of XRP, closer, if you're talking about getting anywhere near $10, that'll about do it for me. But if I think it's going to go much higher, maybe I do leave a little bit. A little bit, and then I just have to be okay with if we don't see it go higher and the market tanks and goes down 80 over 90%, whatever. Then I just have to be okay with that, and that's fine. I'll just decide when we get there. But again, there's so many moving parts to this. I can't know what I'll want to do right now for that reason. Too many moving parts, too many question marks at the moment. But in a general sense, yes, I've got an idea. And then there was also this. Somebody asked Lub Crypto if $69,000 was the top of this cycle, then $10,000 to $15,000 is the bottom. At the end, what I do know, nothing. And then Love Crypto wrote, yep, $10,000 to $12,000 is realistic if Bitcoin has already topped for this cycle. I don't think it has topped. I think 2022 may be a massive year for crypto, but first need to wash out the vast majority, which should happen over the coming few months. Yeah, so if price does end up tanking more and more, there'll be all sorts of people bailing out, and you know what happens. The whales eat the fear of the poor little lemmings that follow one another off the cliff to their own demise. That's what happens, which is to say the large purchasers that don't emotionally respond, they will purchase Bitcoin and other cryptos from people that are emotionally selling because they're worried it's going to go lower. That's how it always goes. And take a look at this too. From chart analyst Michael Vanderpop, who does not like XRP. He does not like Ripple and he does not like XRP. He wrote the following. Not the worst spot to be looking at XRP, to be honest. It's like, hey, anytime we see something positive about XRP from this guy, it's a surprise and a happy day. So I just thought I'd notice it here. XRP, these prices, I think they're just going to look so cheap in hindsight by the time this is all said and done. Which isn't to say there won't be a massive correction after that, but these levels, yeah, I don't think that they're going to be available forever. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.